Life is not a game of chance, it is a game of law. Every thought you think, every word you speak, every feeling you entertain sends forth a vibration that returns to you in kind. The universe is always listening, and it echoes back the phrases you declare with conviction. Many believe destiny is written in stone, that fate is beyond their reach, but in truth, destiny is shaped with the words you allow to flow from your lips, for words are seeds, and once sown, they blossom into the experiences you encounter. Life does not unfold by accident, nor is it directed by some distant fate that cannot be altered. It is ruled by laws, invisible yet unbreakable, just as gravity holds the planets in their course. The greatest of these laws is the law of the word, for the word is a force, a vibration, a decree that sets unseen powers into motion. What many call luck is simply the outworking of the words they have planted, whether in faith or in fear. To speak is to shape, to affirm is to create. Every sentence carries within it a seed, and seeds always bear fruit after their kind. A careless word spoken in irritation may blossom into discord, while a word of faith spoken with conviction may open the way for miracles. The law does not discriminate. It returns to you what you send out, and in this way your destiny is not written by chance, but by your own utterances. When one understands that destiny is not a matter of fortune but of words, the power to transform life becomes clear. The tongue becomes the brush painting the picture of tomorrow. Each phrase repeated with feeling engraves itself upon the subconscious mind, and the subconscious mind is the fertile soil from which experience grows. To say, "I never succeed," is to bind success away from you, while to declare, "All that is mine by divine right comes to me," is to swing wide the gates of abundance. This is why it is said that life and death are in the power of the tongue. Most people allow words of worry, doubt, and defeat to escape their lips without realizing they are signing decrees for their future. Yet those who awaken to the law begin to guard their speech as a treasure, knowing that each word spoken is a brick laid in the house of destiny. To speak in harmony with divine law is to invite harmony into all affairs. The wise soul does not indulge in idle chatter of misfortune, sickness, or poverty, for such talk sows weeds in the garden of life. Instead, they speak words that uplift, heal, and call forth supply. This is not empty optimism, but alignment with truth, for the infinite is abundant, generous, and full of health and harmony. When your words reflect that truth, your life mirrors it back to you. To claim "I am guided, I am provided for, I am protected," is not wishful thinking. It is a statement of eternal law. As the phrase is spoken with faith, conditions rearrange themselves, opportunities appear, and ways are made where none seemed possible. Thus, to understand that life is ruled by law, not chance, is to hold the key to freedom. No longer does one fear the twists of fate or the turns of fortune. Instead, one steps into authority, realizing that words are not mere sounds, but commands to the universe. Every spoken word is a seed, and when sown with intention, faith, and conviction, it grows into the very fabric of destiny. Speak wisely, for in speaking you create. Speak with faith, for faith bears fruit. Speak with love, for love never fails, and know that your destiny is not left to chance, but shaped by the words that proceed from your lips. Words are not lifeless sounds that pass into silence. They are living seeds, carrying within them the power to shape the unseen and call it into form. Just as a farmer sows wheat and reaps wheat, so do we sow words and reap their harvest. If you scatter careless words, you cannot expect to gather a harvest of blessings. Every phrase you speak has a vibration that imprints itself upon the invisible substance of life, and sooner or later it takes shape in the conditions that surround you. This is why so many live in cycles of lack, sickness, or conflict. They are continually planting seeds of doubt, complaint, and fear, then wondering why thorns grow instead of roses. Words never fall to the ground. They find soil in the mind and heart, and from that soil they rise into reality. The subconscious mind, like rich earth, receives whatever is sown into it. It does not reason or reject. It simply grows what it is given. If you affirm repeatedly, "Nothing ever works out for me," the subconscious accepts this seed and brings forth experiences to prove it true. If, on the other hand, you say with faith, "I am divinely guided and success is inevitable," the subconscious begins to arrange circumstances, opportunities, and people in harmony with that declaration. The soil cannot help but produce according to the seed. Therefore, the outcome of life depends not on outer chance, but on the inner words you continually speak. Most people believe their speech to be harmless, that casual complaints or self-deprecating remarks carry no weight. Yet these words, repeated day by day, shape a mental atmosphere that attracts corresponding events. To continually say, "I am tired, I am unlucky, I am poor," is to command the universe to provide proof of tiredness, misfortune, and poverty. The law of the word does not judge, it simply reflects. But once you realize the creative nature of speech, you begin to choose words carefully, speaking only those which align with health, abundance, and harmony. Then, slowly but surely, your life transforms not by accident, but by the exact harvest of what you have planted. The power of words is intensified when spoken with emotion, for feeling is the water that nourishes the seed. A lukewarm statement bears little fruit, but a declaration charged with faith moves mountains. To say, "I am prosperous," while doubting within produces little change, but to affirm it with conviction, to feel it as already true, sets forces in motion that cannot be denied. The subconscious, once convinced, works tirelessly, drawing into your orbit the opportunities and people necessary to manifest your words. The outer world becomes a mirror of your inner decree. Therefore, one must guard the tongue as one guards treasure. Speak not idly of illness, failure, or misfortune, lest you give them life. Instead, let your words be fountains of strength and abundance. Say only what you wish to see, for every word is a command to destiny. Life is not formed by chance events, but by the continual stream of speech flowing from your lips. Words are seeds, and the garden of your future depends on the seeds you choose today. The phrase, "I am one with the infinite, and the infinite is one with me," carries within it the very essence of truth, the golden key to transforming the whole of life. When spoken with faith, it dissolves the illusion of separation between the self and the source of all creation. So many live as though they are cut off, small and powerless, begging life for scraps, pleading with circumstances to change, when in truth the supply, the health, the love, and the wisdom they seek are already within reach. To affirm oneness with the infinite is to declare that you are no longer a beggar but an heir, no longer limited but limitless, for you are united with the power that created the stars and sustains the universe. This phrase is not a wish, not a plea, but a statement of divine fact. When you say, "I am one with the infinite," you place yourself in the stream of divine abundance. The infinite knows no lack, no limitation, no sickness, no failure. It is pure, boundless life, overflowing supply, radiant health, unending joy. To align with it is to draw from that well without measure. Just as a branch draws nourishment when connected to the vine, so you flourish when you recognize your union with the infinite. The moment you declare this truth, unseen forces begin to move. Ideas come, doors open, people appear, and circumstances align, for you are no longer operating from the small self, but from the limitless self. The human mind often resists this truth. It clings to appearances, empty pockets, a troubled body, or strained relationships, and says, "How can I be one with the infinite when I see so much lack?" But appearances are shadows, and shadows dissolve in the light of truth. To affirm unity with the infinite is to refuse to be hypnotized by appearances. You speak the higher law, and the higher law rearranges the lower. The phrase becomes a sword that cuts through illusion, a lamp that lights the path where none seemed visible. What seems impossible to the human mind becomes possible when you step into the power of the infinite. This phrase is not to be repeated mechanically, but with conviction, with feeling, with the awareness that you are declaring the truth of your being. Each time you speak it, you are planting a seed of remembrance, watering the soul with divine assurance. Slowly, the old patterns of fear, doubt, and separation dissolve, and you begin to see evidence of your oneness in daily life. Money flows where once there was lack, strength rises where once there was weakness, harmony enters where there was discord. The infinite is not outside of you, it is the life within you, and this phrase awakens that realization. To live this truth is to walk with confidence, not arrogance, but with the quiet knowing that you are sustained by a power greater than appearances. You are not tossed about by circumstance, for you have declared your identity with the source of all good. And as you affirm, I am one with the infinite, and the infinite is one with me, you transform not only your destiny, but the atmosphere around you, radiating light, faith, and abundance wherever you go. Fear is the great enemy of man, the unseen shadow that binds opportunities, delays blessings, and invites the very conditions one most dreads. What you fear, you draw to yourself, for fear is faith in evil, a belief in the power of what you do not desire. Doubt is its companion, whispering that good is far away, that success is uncertain, that love will not last, and that health cannot be restored. Together, fear and doubt weave a net that entangles the soul, holding it captive in a cycle of repeated disappointment. Yet there is a way to dissolve their grip, and it is by affirming unity with the infinite. When you declare your oneness with the source of all good, fear loses its power, for fear cannot live where faith abides. The light of truth scatters the shadows of doubt, and the crooked paths straighten before you. When one says with conviction, I am one with the infinite, and the infinite is one with me, a shift takes place. The trembling heart grows steady, the anxious mind becomes calm, and a deep assurance rises from within. Suddenly, what once seemed insurmountable begins to diminish in size. Obstacles shrink because you are no longer looking at them through the eyes of fear, but through the eyes of divine union. Fear says, there is no way. The infinite says, I am the way. Doubt says, it is too late. The infinite says, I make all things new. By affirming your oneness, you exchange the lies of fear for the promises of truth. The outer world often mirrors the inner world. A man filled with fear attracts delays, closed doors, and hostile conditions, for the law of attraction answers the vibration of his inner state. But a man who declares his oneness with the infinite radiates confidence, and confidence opens doors. People respond differently to him, circumstances unfold in his favor, and hidden paths reveal themselves. He no longer begs or chases after life. He walks in authority, knowing that what is his by divine right cannot be withheld. Fear creates resistance, while faith in oneness creates flow. It is important to understand that fear and doubt do not vanish by willpower alone. To fight them directly is to give them more energy. They dissolve only when replaced with truth. Just as darkness disappears when light is brought in, fear disappears when you declare and believe in your union with the infinite. Each time fear whispers its lies, answer with the higher word, I am one with the infinite. Repeat it until the heart believes, until peace returns, until the vision of good becomes stronger than the shadow of dread. Slowly, the inner atmosphere clears, and as within, so without. The crooked paths of life, the delays, the conflicts, the disappointment, straighten when fear and doubt are replaced by faith. Where there was struggle, ease appears. Where there was delay, progress accelerates. Where there was lack, supply arrives. This is the law. By affirming unity with the infinite, you cancel out the false power of fear and unlock the true power of faith. And when faith reigns, the universe bends to support you. Obstacles dissolve like mist before the morning sun, and your path becomes radiant with the certainty of divine order. To speak truth with faith is to wield the greatest power available to man, for truth is eternal and cannot be shaken. Words without belief are like arrows without force. They fall harmlessly to the ground. But words clothed in faith strike their mark and bring results swiftly and surely. When you speak from the heart, with conviction that what you declare is already accomplished, unseen forces respond at once. This is why the phrase spoken in faith has the power to transform destiny, for destiny is not determined by conditions or appearances, but by the invisible laws that govern life. Truth is not bound by time, place, or circumstance. It always manifests, though it may come in ways you least expect. The moment you align your speech with divine truth, you set the law in motion, and the law cannot fail. Many people speak words of affirmation, but do so half-heartedly, all the while doubting within. They repeat phrases without conviction, hoping they will work, but hope is not the same as faith. Faith does not waver. It does not ask when or how. Faith knows. Faith speaks as though the thing declared is already complete. When you say, "My supply is endless, my health is perfect, my path is clear," with unwavering faith, the universe obeys, for it is responding not just to the sound of the words, but to the energy behind them. The law of manifestation answers faith, and faith-filled words are commands that the infinite cannot ignore. Truth spoken with faith also carries a cleansing power. It wipes away false appearances and dissolves conditions built upon fear, error, or illusion. For example, when one faces lack, the truth is not "I am poor," but "God is my inexhaustible supply, and all that is mine by divine right now appears." Spoken in faith, this truth erases the mental image of lack and replaces it with the consciousness of abundance. When sickness seems to hold sway, the truth is not "I am ill," but "I am life, whole and radiant, for I am one with the infinite." Said with conviction, this truth works within the body, calling forth healing and renewal. Faith in truth brings forth life where there was death, harmony where there was discord, order where there was chaos. It is important to remember that truth spoken once in doubt may not bear fruit, but truth spoken consistently in faith cannot fail. Each repetition plants the seed deeper, and with each affirmation, faith grows stronger. The subconscious begins to accept the new decree, and once accepted, it works tirelessly to make it real. Conditions shift, opportunities appear, and the outer world reshapes itself to match the inner word. Truth is eternal, and when aligned with faith, it always finds its way into form. Therefore, the transformation of destiny does not lie in struggle, effort, or chance. It lies in the simple yet profound act of speaking truth with unwavering faith. When you declare what is eternally real, health, abundance, love, guidance, you step out of the shadows of fear and into the light of divine order. The universe answers faith-filled words with perfect manifestation, and in this way, truth always takes form. Speak the truth with faith, and watch your destiny unfold in perfect harmony with the infinite. Destiny is not some distant event, waiting far ahead in the mists of time. It is being shaped moment by moment, in the present by the words you speak and the thoughts you hold. Many people wait for their big break, or for life to change on its own, yet they fail to realize that every sentence uttered in the now is laying the foundation for what tomorrow will bring. Each word is like a brushstroke on the canvas of life, and the picture you will behold in the future is being painted in this very hour. If the words you speak are heavy with doubt, fear, or complaint, then the picture you create will reflect confusion and limitation. But if your words are filled with truth, faith, and assurance, then the picture will shine with abundance, health, love, and success. The power of creation does not exist in some far-off place. It rests upon your lips today. Consider how many people declare daily phrases that bind their future. They say, "I can't afford it," and so their tomorrows are filled with lack. They say, "I always get sick," and sickness faithfully arrives at their door. They say, "Nothing good ever happens to me," and life, like a loyal servant, obeys their command. These words, spoken lightly and often unconsciously, are nevertheless seeds that grow into lived experiences. Destiny is not cruel, it is simply obedient. It gives back in form what you declare in speech. To change destiny, you must change the words you choose in the present moment. The key is to realize that the present moment is always fertile. Every instant holds the potential to redirect your path, no matter how long you have walked in difficulty or disappointment. The past has no power except what you carry into the now, and the future has not yet been written. Right here, with one new declaration, you can shift the entire course of your destiny. Say with conviction, I am guided, I am provided for, I am protected, and all is well. And at once you begin to sow a future rich with guidance, provision, and peace. The infinite answers immediately, though the harvest may appear gradually. Still, the law never fails. What you plant now, you shall reap later. It is a grave mistake to speak carelessly, and then wonder why life does not bring joy. The wise soul treats every word as a decree, as a command issued to the universe. They speak only what they wish to see manifest, knowing that life is always listening. When confronted with appearances of trouble, instead of agreeing with them, they affirm the higher law. Divine order is now established. Every crooked path is made straight. By doing so, they are not denying what is before their eyes. They are affirming a greater truth that has the power to transform appearances. Thus, destiny is not waiting in some hidden tomorrow. It is forming now, shaped by every word you speak and every thought you hold in faith. To complain is to shape a destiny of struggle. To affirm truth is to shape a destiny of harmony. The choice lies always in the present, for the present moment is creation itself. Guard your words, speak only that which aligns with the infinite, and your destiny will unfold in beauty, order, and abundance.